everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of the Slappin Kpop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Sammy and Lucas.
Hello.
Hi.
And today is my birthday, so it's time for my birthday episode. Woo-woo.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Woo. So I originally had a completely different idea planned for this episode, and then realized I didn't have the time or the energy to want to put that together, so I came up with a new episode, which I think is very appropriate for me to be doing for my birthday. And this is essentially a introductory playlist for Woollim Entertainment. So we don't get to do a lot of actual K-pop podcasts here, aside from our actual music K-pop podcast. So aside from our actual quarter reviews, we don't talk about the music side of K-pop really at all. And so I figured that it would be a fun time to do that.
None of us are musicians, so we don't have expertise in anything.
So I'm also going to make that disclaimer before I start this, is I have very limited musical knowledge, and so I can't speak about music on a technical term with technical words, and I don't even know if some of the things I'm saying here is correct, but it's kind of I'm more going off of the vibe of the music more than anything else, rather than
we are
getting technical about it.
Amateurs, so take this as an amateur opinion.
I think vibes are the most important.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just vibing.
So what I have essentially done here is I have taken all of Woollim's current active groups and taken essentially their entire discographies and sorted them into playlists based off of music type or music genre or music vibe, whatever you want to call it. And I figured it would be a good way for people who are newer to Woollim Entertainment and then the groups that they have, if they want to get into any of these groups. If there's certain types of music you prefer, this would be a good way to figure out which songs to go to first, because especially with Infinite, which is the last group we're going to talk about, but they have such a diverse amount of music because they've been around 10 years, so they have just so much music, and Infinite's regular sound is not something that everyone likes, but they do have a lot of other music in there too, so it's very diverse. So I'm gonna start with most recently debuted to first debuted, and so that means
we're gonna go from shortest to longest.
And so we're starting things off with real new group here, who at the time of this episode is coming out have been a group for a whole week, really.
Yeah,
a little over a week.
Little babies.
So we're starting off with Drippin', who debuted 2020 on October 28th with their debut song Nostalgia. And Drippin' literally has 5 songs plus a pre-debut song. And so there's not really a lot to say about them apart from go listen to their one EP, which has their 5 songs, and then their pre-debut song, which is 1 Minute 1 Second from W Project 4, which, disclaimer, has an extra member in it who is a Woollim trainee who is no longer in Woollim and not in Drippin', and also doesn't have Junho in it because he was in X1 at the time. But it's essentially Drippin' because also Alex isn't in there because Alex was a secret trainee. But most of the members of Drippin' are in that song, so I consider it still sort of
Alexander
in their realm.
Vincent Smitley.
Yes, Alexander must be addressed by his full name. Yes. So, based off of the very few songs that Drippin' has, I feel like Drippin' is the purest example of the Woollim sound. And
when we listened to that the first time, it was just, it's
the most Woollim thing Woollim has ever released.
Yeah,
it really is. And I don't know music well enough to describe to you what the Woollim sound even is, really, which is not helpful at all. You definitely hear it.
When you hear it, you know that it is the Woollim sound. It's just Woollim.
It is Woollim.
Period.
And so, Nostalgia, which is their title track, is very much a Woollim sounding song, and so is one of their B-sides, Overdrive. Those are the two that I would definitely put, yes, this is Woollim. This is the sound that this company produces. And I think a lot of that Woollim's sound originated from the type of music Infinite has, because they were their only group for a while, so I think they played a big part in sort of developing what the Woollim sound was. But they've even sort of carried over into Lovelyz, because Lovelyz has a very Woollim sound too, but it's in a different way, because their music is very different, but you can still hear the Woollim sound. It's because Woollim uses a lot of synths. They like their synths, and they like string orchestral instrumentals, and they like electric guitars, and that's, I think, any sort of combination of that is what I would put into like what Woollim sounding songs are. So I'm going to use this term in almost every group as a descriptor of their songs, what I call soft vocals, which are they're songs that I can't necessarily put into the ballad vocal based category, because they're not like slow enough to be ballads, but they're very pretty, and they're very still like vocally based songs, but they're a little bit more upbeat and happy, or they're just like not like we're not like fully in a ballad, but they're still like very pretty vocal songs. And so on the Drippin' album, Colors, Light, and Shine are songs that I would put in that category. And the W Project 4 is kind of its own thing, because it's not really similar to what the rest of their mini album was, but that kind of makes sense because it was their pre-debut song anyway. So yes,
I really liked W Project 4. That was
it's
a very
so
good
good.
song.
That's a really good song. I really recommend that song because it's such a good song. And then, so to move on from Drippin', next we get to Rocket Punch, which is Woollim's next newer group. It's their newest girl group.
Rocket Punch.
Rocket Punch debuted in 2019 with Bim Bom Boom. Rocket Punch, by far the least Woollim sounding group.
Rocket Punch is, like, in terms of when you compare it to the other four groups, they are just the weird, oddball, like, redheaded stepchild.
Is so bizarre, and it's like I like don't understand how that group is coming out of Woollim Entertainment, but here they are. They must have like a different set of producers or something working on Rocket Punch, because they
sound nothing like anybody.
They're nothing like anything Woollim, any of the other groups, because all the other groups are very Woollim. They got the Woollim sound. Rocket Punch is really just a completely separate entity, because their concept is very different than the rest of the Woollim groups, and their sound is really just not at all anything you would expect from Woollim.
I forget Rocket Punch is a Woollim Entertainment group because they don't look like they belong.
It definitely took me
even
a very
in terms
long time
of
to find that out.
concept, they just don't look like they should be there.
I think it's the concept, and the concept is really what dictates like the music that they get. And because their concept is very much this, like, girl crush, like, loud, obnoxious, like, Itzy-esque concept, that they can't even really get Woollim-sounding songs. That doesn't work for them and what they're trying to do with Rocket Punch, so. It's very interesting. Rocket Punch. And so for every other one of these groups, I have an initial playlist that is called, for Rocket Punch, it's called the Rocket Punch Sound, and it's the songs from the group that I think if you want to get into them or listen to their music and you haven't before, these are the songs I would recommend that best encompass like all of their music as a whole. And so for Rocket Punch, the songs I have here is Bouncy, Love Is Over, the Do Something, Lilac, Girlfriend, and One Summer Night. And that really covers like the entire range of like the genres of music that Rocket Punch has been releasing. Oh, also, for people who are watching the video version of this podcast, I'm going to have, like, slides up on the video that list each of these, like, different playlists that I am talking about. So if you want to look up the songs and I don't catch it when I just say it initially, they will be there in the video version. And so the first sort of category of Rocket Punch songs I've called loud and in your face, because that's kind of what they are. They're very loud.
And that I think is basically the Rocket Punch concept. It's loud and in your face.
It's like loud and obnoxious a little bit. Yeah.
It's a little bit.
They are. So the other thing I would say about Rocket Punch is Woollim tends to be a very like vocal heavy company. Woollim vocalists are very, very good, and that's what most of their groups are known for, is having really strong vocalists.
They focus on their vocalists more. Groups will be massive and not have that many rappers. Like, the rappers are not that... Like, K-pop now, I think, is veering more toward rap.
Woollim is not like a group rap company,
Yeah, of, like, 12 trainees, your average K-pop group now might have 4 or 5 rappers. Woollim will still have, like, 3 out of 12.
And
like,
so
they'll
the other
still
thing
be far
with
more
Woollim
vocalists.
rappers are usually also vocalists.
Yeah,
so they
and
usually
very good
can do
vocalists.
both. Yeah, it's very, Woollim rappers, like, usually can sing very well still, so they can have full songs without rap, which is very uncommon in K-pop these days.
But should be more common. Just saying, not every song needs a rap verse.
No. But so for Rocket Punch is definitely Woollim's, like least vocal heavy group, because they're doing the loud and obnoxious concept that I think that the vocals are not a thing that they were prioritizing with Rocket Punch, because a lot of their songs do lead into the shouting, chanting era of kind of like screechy, like singing era, like genre music. So the vocals were not something that are very prioritized here. But if you really want the loud and in your face ones, like Bim Bam Boom, the Bouncy, and Summer Punch, those are the most loud and in your face songs.
Oh, if you really want one of the most obnoxious songs of this year, and that's Bouncy.
Bouncy is, I think, the epitome of that, of the loud and obnoxious
Bouncy
sound.
Is loud in your face. It is
like it's like yelling at you the entire time, that song.
It's just a lot. It's an 11 out of 5.
It starts at an 11, and then it's just there the entire song.
It's an 11 that goes to like a 17. Like, just gets more.
So a step down from the loud and in your face song is a category I've called fun and chill, which I don't really know if this is the right words to be describing these songs, but it's
fun and chill compared to loud and in your face,
because they are
chill in comparison.
There's a lot less screaming and like yelling, chanting in these ones, and they're more like, I don't know, like regular sounding, I guess, in comparison to the other ones. But they're still, I call it chill because it's not screaming at you all the time, but fun because they're still very like upbeat, fun songs. So in this category, I have Fireworks, Juicy, Twinkle Star, So Solo, Love Is Over, Favorite, Do Something, and Girlfriend. And then the last category, so I'm calling it the vocal...
I love the title of this.
It's called Vocals with a question mark, because these are their more vocal-focused songs. But, like, in comparison to all of the other Woollim groups, it's like... But it's not really that vocal focused. It's like as vocally heavy as Rocket Punch is ever going to get, because they're nowhere even close to ballads. They're not ballads at all, because I don't think Rocket Punch is a ballad group at all. They're like never going to be a ballad group. But they're slower songs. They're meant to be just like, I don't know, vocal focused. So that's Lilac, Lucid Dream, Paper Star, and One Summer Night. Or their vocal songs, I guess. And that is all for Rocket Punch, because that is their entire discography. So, they're only a year older than Drippin', so they don't really have that many songs either. And then to move on from Rocket Punch, we have Golden Child, who, the gap between Golden Child and Rocket Punch is much larger than the gap between Rocket Punch and Drippin', because Golden Child debuted in 2017, with their debut song, Dam Daddy. And then so the thing with the Golden Child is they've really done both ends of the spectrum with music. They went from super cute, and they have also done like super dark. So they really have done just both of that. They've also recently made a return to cute, so they can literally just pull out whatever those two concepts they want, I guess, at either time. I will say that when making these Golden Child playlists is when I discovered a lot about Golden Child and their music style that I did not know of or wasn't really thinking of previously. So to start off, the Golden Child sound, in this playlist I have Dam Daddy, Let Me, Pump It Up, Wanna Be, Without You, C, Lady, What Happened, She's My Girl, Compass, and Thank You. And I think that really covers all of Golden Child because you get the cute Golden Child and you get the dark Golden Child and then everything that's in between both of those concepts as well. So to start it off, because Golden Child debuted cute and have also recently made a return to cute, of course the first category for Golden Child is cute Golcha, which is Dam Daddy, It's You, Let Me, Genie, I Love You Crazy, Pump It Up, Crush, What Happened with Me, and C. And these are all incredibly cute. Like, there's really nothing else to say about them other than they're very cute.
The cutest thing. Golden
Child is a very cute group. Their first full year after debut, they were just really full into the cute, and have also, they're back to cute again, which I enjoy because they still do it very well. And so after cute Golcha is what I've called dark Golcha, which is essentially that 180 they made with the trilogy. They have been releasing starting like December, November of last year through like July of this year. And so what I discovered here is there's really only 4 songs from Golden Child that fit into this, what I've called the dark Golcha category, which is their 3 title tracks from that trilogy, which is Wanna Be Without You and One Lucid Dream. And then No Matter What, which is the Jangjoon Tag B-side from the full album. And none of the other songs really fit into that category other than those 3, which I thought was interesting because I was expecting this to be larger.
I think it was more like just a big aesthetic change.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like a full-on dark... They didn't become Vicks.
No, they just didn't. They definitely did not just turn into Vicks. But they were. It was a very big departure
they stayed in touch with
from
their
what they
roots.
were doing. Yeah.
So, it was an evolution.
What I then discovered after figuring out that they were only really 4 songs in the dark Golcha category is that their B-side, they have like a certain formula for B-sides that has been incredibly consistent from essentially their debut until now. And I don't know how to describe it, but there's definitely just like a formula for a B-sides that is just like, it's what they've been doing from debut to now through the concept change and everything. And so I've just called this category the Golden Child B-side because I don't know how to explain this type of music because I don't know music well enough to put it into words. If either of you have any idea how to describe it better, that would be nice, but I really don't know how to describe it. But in this category, I have Lately, Oh My God, Lean on Me, She's My Girl, Don't Run Away, Make Me Love, Eyes on You, You Turn Me On, Baby, and If. And it's very interesting because even with their major concept change, this is just like consistently the sound for their B-sides.
No, Oh My God.
Yeah.
Is it just like that? Just like every other song?
They are. It's like
like a jazz influenced, like with a lot of brass, like that.
Yeah. Because they're not quite in the cute category, and they're not dark enough to go in the dark category.
The dark category.
They're in the middle. Yeah. Which is
they're like a hybrid.
Mm-hmm. They're still very into the synths. Golden Child's music. Very synth heavy. And it's, I think that's really the only way I can explain it is that it's sort of this weird medium in between the super cute and then their more darker, like actual darker sounding songs like Wanna Be and Without You and One Lucid Dream. And so the next one for Golden Child I have is the soft vocal category again. So like I said with Drippin', these are the songs that aren't quite in the ballad category because they're a little bit more upbeat, but they're still very pretty and vocal focused. So in here is That Guy, Her, Compass, Panacea, which is the Y solo, I See You, Lady, I'm Falling, and I Love You So. And I like these songs a lot.
The vocals.
Golden Child, yeah. Now we're now back to the Woollim vocal heavy groups. Rocket Punch was really the only
Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Golden Child is not known for their rappers.
No, Golden Child rappers are like, they're fine, like they're not actively bad, but like they're not
idol rappers.
They're all Woollim rappers are idol rappers.
So the purest definition of that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they do the job.
Yes.
They come in, they put in their 8 hours.
On, and they don't get in the way of the vocalists.
It's because
K-pop,
the K-pop formula apparently says you have to have rapping, so Woollim's like, okay, I guess we're just gonna make 2 of you rappers, and then here you go.
Can you somewhat hold the flow? Can you hold the flow decently well? Mm-hmm. Great, now rap these lines and move on.
And then that's it. I would like to see a non-rap song from Golden Child. Because they do have some of that, but I would like to see like Jangjin and Tag like actually singing. Because I think they both can. And I would like them to release, like, because Infinite's done it before, and Lovelyz has done it before, but I want them to release more just like an actual vocal heavy song, either a title track or a promoted B-side where just everyone is singing instead of rapping, because I think that would be nice.
Yeah. I think they could, and I think that just...
I think they definitely could, yeah.
I want that to just be a thing in K-pop again, because now I think I will say K-pop has, I think, gone past the point of it being very hip-hop based. We've gone back to having, like, far more singers. But I do still think that, like, I want there to just go back to a time where, like, not every group needs a rapper,
but it's
and
like,
not every song needs rapping.
It's like
now
somehow
you're gonna be like,
people think
who's
it's
the
a
rapper
rule.
and what do they gotta do?
It's like people think it's a rule. It's like you need to have a rapper or multiple rappers.
A debut group will show concepts, and you're just like, oh, who's the rapper? And I'm like, really, with the concept I'm seeing, they don't need one.
Yeah. I would love that, because I think there's a lot of K-pop songs that just have rapping inserted in there because it's like they feel like they have to, where the song would actually just be better without it. And so I want that to be more normalized, but we'll see if.
And I think a lot of that, you can see that a lot, not so much with Golden Child, but with another group that we're gonna get to, with the next group we're gonna get to.
Oh yes, yeah, they have a big problem with that.
We'll get there.
Yes. So the last category for Golden Child is just vocals, which are their ballad acoustic songs. Probably, as much as I say I want vocal songs, I'm not a big into ballads because I find ballads boring. And so when I say I want vocals, I don't mean I just want ballads, but
we're not ballad
I like more
people,
singing.
except
I want
for maybe
singing.
Lucas
I want more singing.
Ballads.
I don't want ballads. Yeah.
Lucas, your stance on ballads?
I like them. I think they have to be done well, though. I think because a lot of K-pop groups have obviously vocals that like deserve to like have a place where their vocalists shine. So I think that there's definitely a place for them. But I think most of the time they think they can get away with like basic string arrangement and just slap it on top, and they just get very lazy where they just throw good vocals on top of like something that doesn't really help, and it just gets kind of boring and not really like exciting. But I think if you do it well, it'll like it works out. And I do enjoy them. I wish they were done better more often, because when they're done well, I'm like, oh yes, this is amazing, I love this. But most of the time they're not done very well.
In Golden Child, the only person who really stands out to me as like a ballad singer is Ju-chan, because why is there their main vocal, but why isn't a ballad? He doesn't have a ballad singer voice. And so Ju-chan's solo song on the Reboot album is essentially just a ballad, which makes sense for him. But so the valid vocal acoustic songs from Golden Child is Would You Be My, All Day, Moment, Our Heaven, Go Together, Pass Me By, Listen, and Thank You. These are the vocal ballad songs from Golden Child to close them out as a group, because this is essentially their entire discography too. The only groups that I'm gonna say I am missing actual songs from is I'm sure I missed something in Infinite, because Infinite has like 180 songs, and there's definitely something in here I missed.
Neither you nor I nor the people listening have the kind of time to just sit here and have us list every single song Infinite has ever made.
Nope, don't have time for that.
That's a small list.
Yeah, Infinite is taking up incredibly more space than all of these other groups, so...
It's like multiple more pages in this script.
They've got a decade's worth of music to go through, I sorted through most of it, so... And then, Lovelyz, who is the next group I'm talking about, I didn't include Sujong's solo music, because it's just pretty different than Lovelyz and their music, so I just didn't put it, in this list.
And if you want that, discover it on your own.
Mm-hmm. I put it in, like, a mainstream pop, like, category, so if you're into just the general K-pop sound, I guess that's, her album is pretty like that. But anyway, so next is Lovelyz. Lovelyz is Woollim's second oldest girl group. They debuted in 2014, and their debut song was Candy Jelly Love. For the Lovelyz sound, I have Achu, Now We, Destiny, When We Were Us, Beautiful Days, Obliviate, Cameo, Goodnight Like Yesterday's, Temptation, Fondant, Circle, and First Snow. And that's essentially me. I've taken a couple of songs or one song from each of the categories that I'm sort of put their music in, so that'll give you a pretty good idea of their music as a whole. So first category for Lovelyz is, again, just the cute category, because Lovelyz has done a sort of similar thing that Golden Child has, where they have gone from the cute to a more elegant, mature concept, but it has been much more gradual than Golden Child.
Far more gradual.
Golden Child
was a 180.
Cute, bam, we're gonna release Wannabe right now. And then we're doing that for 3 comebacks, and then bam, we're back to cute. Lovelyz has had a very slow progression, essentially their entire career, that it started in like schoolgirl cute, and has now evolved into like a mature, classy concept for them. So to start off with their cute, which are just straight up cute songs, it's Candy Jelly Love, Legzack, Hi, For You, Achu, Cameo, Shining Star, Mew Mew, Knock Knock, Aya, and Triangle. Of these songs, I really recommend Cameo and Triangle and Mew Mew. I think those are very cute, but I think they're my favorites of their cute songs. And then their title tracks are all also very good. Achu, I think, is probably one of their most well-known title tracks, so that's very iconic, Lovelyz songs for them. And so then, after the progression from cute, I've called this category the Lovely songs, which is appropriate for their group name. Lovely. But it's like a softer, more elegant version of cute, because they are still slightly in the cute, but they're not, like, fully as much in the cute realm. And so the thing with this is that I have these 2 categories. This one is called Lovely, and the other one is Elegant and Classy. A couple of these songs are probably interchangeable between these lists, but I sort of put them just, like, where my first impression of the song went. So, like, yeah, they could probably go in either of them, but it does not really, like, a set list for either of them. But in the Lovely category...
Your list.
Yes, this is my list. It's my introductory playlist to Woollim Entertainment, so...
If you don't like it...
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Kayla's right and you're wrong. Leave.
Yes. For today, I am right. So, of their title tracks in this category, I have Now We, Destiny, When We Were Us, Beautiful Days, and That Day. And then for their B-sides... Fondant, Hide and Seek, Goodbye Chapter 1, Dear You, Sweet and Sour, Hug Me. There's a couple more, but it's those are all in the similar, like, softer, more elegant version of cute. And so then to move on, this is sort of where Lovelyz is now as a group, in the elegant, classy category. And this is, so... Because I know Sammy likes Oh My Girl, I would recommend songs in either of these lovely or elegant, classy categories, because they're a little bit similar to the Oh My Girl sound, I would say. At least B-side wise, I think they would be songs you would like.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the more elegant classy category, for their title tracks, I have Lost and Found, Moonlight, and Obliviate. And then of my favorite B-sides in this sort of category is Temptation, Like You, Emotion, Just, In Secret Garden, and then A Dream and a Dream from their newest album, all in the elegant and classy category. And so next is the ballad vocal focus category.
More ballads.
More ballads. Because Lovelyz is a very strong vocal group. Half of their group, I would say, are like incredibly strong vocalists. So they do have a lot of very, very good ballad vocal songs. None of them are title tracks because the ballads aren't really not what get put as title tracks, but these other songs are pretty well known. Like Good Night Like Yesterday, I think, is probably their most well-known ballad song. It's very, very good. And then there's Never Secret, Rewind, Floral. Floral, I really like. It has a very, very pretty, like, orchestral instrumental to it, so I really like that one. Stranger by Baby Soul and Gone by Jin those are solo songs for both of them on one of these albums that are ballads. Circle, Watercolor, Secret Story. These are just all ballad songs. I've already mentioned the ones that I like better here. And then the next category for Lovelyz is R&B-esque. So they do have a decent amount of songs that are sort of R&B. And some of these songs I wouldn't fully put in R&B, which is why I call it R&B-esque, because they're just sort of more in that realm than anything else. So they're R&B or they're like tangentially R&B, which I'm not a fan of R&B, which I don't think is a secret anymore on this podcast.
No, but if you Kayla, like I don't R&B, think you kept that a secret.
No, but if you like R&B, you like girl groups, here are the songs from Lovelyz you want to listen to. So that is First Snow, Day and Night, My Little Lover, She's a Flirt, which is I think that's a K and Baby Soul song, Sweet Love, Baby Doll, and How to Be a Pretty Woman. They're R&B songs. And so for Lovelyz, I have a bonus category, and this is maybe my most favorite category for them, which I'm called Video Game Music, which is all songs from their fully instrumental album, Use on Music, that sound like they're a video game soundtrack. And this is exactly the reason why I enjoy listening to that instrumental album from them, is because it's like, imagine you were playing like a really cute like Japanese video game, like you were playing like Cooking Mama or like some weird dating sim anime game, or like if you're playing Ace Attorney and you're in like the circus, or like some weird, you're like, it's the background music for like one of those cute annoying characters. Like this is the music that would be playing in the background. And so what I have here is Getaway, Aya, Hug Me, 1 Centimeter, Triangle, Joyland, Wow, Just, Sleepy Dream, Secret Garden, and Candy Jelly Love. And then those are all songs that they're fully instrumental songs that are on their album Use on Music. And then I have another 3, Shining Star, Love Game, and Knock Knock, which are not instrumental, but I also think are very much in this same realm of sounding like they have come from a video game. And I think in terms of like the Woollim sound for Lovelyz, I think this like almost like video game music sound is what a lot of their background instrumentals are. And it's sort of because the Woollim loves their synths, and so for Lovelyz, instead of it being like the like electric guitar or like string synths that Infinite has, Lovelyz got the cuter synths, which makes everything sound like it's from a video game. But yes, so that is Lovelyz.
Makes sense.
It makes sense in terms of like, it's like Lovelyz is their first girl group, and they were going the cute realm for them. And if they were already sort of making these like synth heavy songs and everything, that makes sense that they got like the cuter sounding ones that are just make it sound like it's from a video game.
As opposed to the next. I also think that Lovelyz is the group I was mentioning before that does not need rapping. At
no,
all?
Lovelyz does not need to have rapping at all. Lovelyz also has several songs without rapping that are absolutely fine because the rapper, I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you who the Lovelyz rappers are. I think it's Jisoo and Yeon. So I think some combination of Jisoo, Yeon, Jie, and Miju will like cycle through the rapping, but they do not need to have rapping at all. Like, ever in any of them.
No. This is the obligatory forced K-pop rapping that is very prevalent now.
And the 4 of them can also sing fine, and the other 4 vocals in the group are really, really strong. So it's like, I don't understand the need for the rapping, and also with Lovelyz is like music sound to begin with. Like, they don't need to have that ever, really, but it's fine. And so to end things off, I have Infinite, which is...
Oh boy.
A lot. So...
Oh boy, let's get into this.
Included in Infinite, I have not only included the entire Infinite discography, I have also included Infinite H, Infinite F, Two Heart, and then Donglu, Hoya, Woohyun, and Sungyu solo music. So literally everything that Infinite has ever released is concluded in here.
I expect nothing less from our resident Woollim expert.
All of it is here.
Also, I think you need to explain what Two Heart was, because I don't think a lot of people remember.
So Two Heart was a special project group that includes Woohyun and Infinite and Key of SHINee. And
it was an intercompany subunit.
It was because it was like right after a time where like SMCC had bought Woollim, and so the companies had like some sort of like financial connection now, and then Woohyun and Key are just like best friends in real life, and they're like, hey, can we do a subunit? And they're just like, sure, why not? And so boom, Two Heart. It's amazing. Their song is, they have one EP, but it's great, and I love that it exists.
I mean, I absolutely adore it, and I think that I want more intercompany subunits.
So, funny thing about this is I was on Twitter today. Woohyun did a Q&A V-Live today or something like that, and apparently had said that if given the opportunity,
Two Heart's having a comeback?
Two Heart would have a comeback.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The most exciting thing I've heard all day.
Mm-hmm. So, hopefully, well, I forgot that Woohyun is still in the military for another year. But,
damn it.
Sometime, hopefully, another Two Heart comeback will be possible. Which would be great. I'm here for it. And so to start off the Infinite playlist, I have split up the Infinite sound into 2 separate playlists. One is just title tracks, and one is just B-sides. Because I feel like, especially with newer K-pop fans, like there's a lot of people who just have not listened to Infinite or care about them because they are such an older group, and they've also been inactive.
There's a lot to listen to.
They've also been inactive for a while because they're all, like, most of them are in the military right now. And so I figured if you want to start with Infinite, to at least just go look at the title tracks first. So in the title track, the ones that are very much like, this will give you the idea of like Infinite and their music and what they sound like. Be Mine, Paradise, Before the Dawn, BTD, The Chaser, Last Romeo, and Back are all of the songs I would put. Like, this is the Infinite sound and what their title tracks are like. And then, Infinite sound, but for B-sides, I don't think that the actual sound of them is different from title tracks to B-sides. But there's just a lot more to go through here. So I have I Need You Back, Suffocate, Synchronize, Wind, Entrust, History, Follow Me, and Zero are some of my favorites from Infinite. It's You from Infinite F, very much.
Oh, It's You is very good.
It's very much an Infinite sounding song. Smile from Woohyun also has the Infinite sound. And also Maze from Two Heart weirdly also has that same, like, Infinite style sound. So
Key is just the other member, the secret member of Infinite.
Key could easily be an Infinite. Like, I wouldn't like be mad or like that wouldn't be weird. Like,
no, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. So next category, we're just gonna get it out of the way already, is the ballad category. Lots of ballads from Infinite, because Infinite, once again, very vocally focused group. I've also like to call this category the Woohyun category because almost all of Woohyun's solo music is ballads. He has so many ballads. This is also a direct call out to Dan because I think Dan would really like Woohyun because Dan loves ballads. So this is a direct call out. Dan, go listen to Woohyun's albums because I think he would like them.
Yeah, Dan.
Dan, listen to Woohyun. So
Dan doesn't listen to our episodes, and you know that.
he doesn't. It's fine.
He does not.
He does not.
We don't listen to our own episodes.
I'll go add him on Twitter after this to yell at him to listen to Woohyun. So infinite songs that are ballads. Some of my favorites are Voices My Heart, Tears, Mama, Monologue, with Fixed Star. And then Sungyu also does a decent amount of ballads. So from Sungyu, I Need You, Tears, Vanishing Days, Departure. And then most of Woohyun's music is in here, so If Only You Are Fine, You're My Lady, Still I Remember, In the Same Place, Nostalgia, Flower. Again, most of Woohyun's solo albums are ballads. And then Psy by Hoya, also a nice ballad. Hoya, a rapper of Infinite, now with a full ballad song on a solo album.
So much ballad. Again, all really of the Infinite rappers are good singers.
The thing that is mind blowing,
they would have been a vocalist.
Main, like I am like fully of the opinion that if Dongwoo got like main vocal training, Dongwoo is a main vocal in any other K-pop group. Like he could be a main vocal. Hoya doesn't have like as much of the main vocal style, but Hoya's incredibly good vocalist. Singer. Hoya's a soloist now, and Hoya is an incredible vocalist. So, and those are your two rappers of Infinite.
Yep.
So, if you're not quite into ballads, we have rock ballads, which are a little bit more fun. I like them a lot better than just regular ballads. I'm calling this the Sungyu category because most of these songs come from Sungyu. So it's
I really like Sungyu's album.
Sungyu's album is really, really good. So 60 Seconds, which is a Sungyu solo song, and also has a full Infinite version, which in my opinion is nowhere near as good as Sungyu. But that's a very rock ballad song. Between Me and You, Gravity from Woohyun, The Answer, Control, and then Sorry, which are all from Sungyu. Sungyu, very into the rock ballads. He has got the good voice for rock ballads, so. The next category is our soft vocal category again. I think this is the largest amount of songs for Infinite are in this category. There's so many. So, of my favorite ones that are in this category, Julia, Can You Smile, Lately, Amazing, Real Story. Also, this is a fun fact for people who have maybe not listened to all of Infinite songs. So Real Story, the version of Real Story that's on Over the Top, has a secret song at the end of it because it's 8 minutes long. And so the first 3 minutes is Real Story, then there's 2 minutes of blank, and then the last minute and a half you get a secret song. And it's very cute. It's not it's also a song demo too, because it's essentially you get an acoustic guitar and you just have all of the members singing a cappella over it, which is very cool. And that secret song gets turned into what will become Once in a Summer, which is on Infinite Highs. But that's just a fun discovery I made while making this playlist, so that's fun. Also in the soft vocal category is a lot of Sungyu solo music. So Alive, Daydream, Don't Move, Stuck On, Sentimental, all in there. Woohyun has I Love You, Just Look at Me, Two Hearts, Tell Me Why. Two Hearts, Tell Me Why. Also, the music video for this has Daeil of Golden Child in it.
Yes.
Just fun.
Yes, it does.
Way before he was in Golden Child. And then Replay from Hoya, also in this category. So if you've gotten through the Infinite sound and then their ballads and then their rock ballads and soft vocals and realize you don't like the sound that Infinite has, Well, that's fine. They also have a lot of songs that are just in the mainstream pop category as well. So if you're into just mainstream K-pop, like, they have a bunch of that too.
Because when you've been out for 10 years, you need to make that cash.
Mm-hmm.
You made that mainstream cash.
Oh, yes. And so there are a couple of their recent songs. So Bad and Tell Me are their two title tracks that are in the mainstream pop realm. And then Hold On Me by Woohyun. One of his only solo songs that is not a ballad.
I really like that song. I really like that whole album.
Mm-hmm. And then Heartthrob by Infinite F, I put in here. Delicious by Two Heart, which is the Two Heart title track.
Delicious.
It's very good. Party Girl by Dongwoo, which was he had, I think, double title tracks, so that's one of the title tracks.
Yeah.
And then City of Angel by Sungyu, Rain and Crying Baby by Woohyun, Fly High by Infinite H, and All Eyes on Me by Hoya. All in the mainstream pop category. So this next category is the retro category, which I don't like any of these songs, to be perfectly honest. These are my least favorite songs that Infinite has released.
But you also don't like retro.
I hate retro music, so that's, like, not surprising at all. But if you're into that, the retro sound, Inconvenient Truth, Moonlight, Up to You, Reflex, Crazy, Go Nowhere by Infinite H. Those are the ones you want to listen to if you're into the, like, old retro sounds.
Inconvenient Truth is a song. That's
I don't like it. I really don't like that song.
You've read the lyrics to that, right?
Mm-hmm. Ugh. It's a weird song. Not my favorite thing that they've done.
No.
So this next category is essentially the Infinite H category, because it's the R&B category. A majority of it is either Infinite H or it's Dongwoo solo music, or Hoya solo music. So the rappers, this is where all of their music is. So True Love and Alone are the Infinite songs that are in there. And then Angel by Hoya, and What Did I Say by Sungyu, I Swear and Stranger by Woohyun, and then Romeo, Perfect, and TGIF from Dongwoo. So TGIF is a Dongwoo solo that's on an Infinite album. And then Bump It, Pretty, Jekyll and Hyde, Special Girl, Without You I Can't, all from Infinite H, are all very R&B. That is where essentially all of Infinite's H music is R&B. It's R&B or it's, like, straight up hip-hop, which is the next category I have, which is there's only 2 songs in here. And they're both by Infinite H.
Look, Infinite is not a hip-hop group.
They're not, and this is it's called Infinite H because it stands for hip-hop, and, like, that's what that subunit is, because they're 2 rappers. And
even then, still not really known for the hip-hop.
No, and it's like, I didn't know what else to do with these songs, and I'm like, well, these are just hip-hop songs, and so Sorry I'm Busy and Victorious Way by Infinite H, the most hip-hop you're gonna get out of Infinite, really.
Mm-hmm.
So if for some reason you are really into the Infinite hip-hop, there you go. I don't know why anyone would want that, but it exists, and there it is.
Mm-hmm.
This next category is what I call the strings category, is because they're back, like, the instrumentals for them have just got strings galore and, like, orchestral instrumentals, which I love these songs because I am real into the strings. So The Eye is the only title track I have here, but that has tons of strings. And then Pray, TikTok, Feel So Bad, Diamond, and Wings, and then Because and Light, which are Sungyu solos, and Smile, which is a Woohyun solo, all in the strings category. If you're real into the orchestral violin like sounds, those are great songs to listen to. And then similarly on the strings category is a category I have called Wow Electric Guitar. Because you're really you're really just hitting the face with the electric guitar in these songs, is what it is. And it's like, I have no other way to describe them other than there's so much electric guitar happening. And so that is Have, Shot, Come Back Again, which is their debut song. I Don't Know, Hate, and Shine. And I like to point out that I Hate is a little bit in a different category than the rest of them, because this is like in the realm of like a Dreamcatcher rock song more than anything else. So, but it's very good. It's on Top Seed. It's one of my favorite songs from them, so that's nice. And then the last category I have from Infinite is Cute and Wholesome. And granted, there are many other songs I have listed that could also fit into the cute, wholesome category, but I thought fit into other categories better. But of this, it's She's Back, Nothing's Over, and Man in Love, which are their title tracks. That Summer, and then Once in a Summer, which are their well, unsurprisingly summer songs, but they're more acoustic sounding, but both of them are very cute.
I love Cute and Wholesome Infinite. These are some of my favorite Infinite songs.
Yeah. A lot of it is like early Infinite too. And then there's That Summer, which is more recent, but they're very good. A lot of other songs fit into here, like Infinite F, like all of that could easily fit into Cute and Wholesome too, so. But these are the ones that fit the category the best, I think. And yes, that is most of Infinite's discography. And with that is the end of the Woollim Entertainment groups and all of their music. This was it was very fun and also just a lot to figure out, because I went through literally the entire discographies for every single one of these groups.
You're lucky most of these groups are newer.
I know, it was really helpful.
One, like, 10-year-old group.
Infinite was a lot, but Infinite is also my favorite K-pop group, so that, like, wasn't that bad. And then Lovelyz was a lot, but they don't have a ton. And then Golden Child, Rocket Punch, and Drippin' were pretty easy to figure out. So.
Oh yeah, no, Drippin'. So much time.
I really just agonized over Drippin's 5 songs and what to do with them. I guess this is the end of my introductory playlist to Woollim Entertainment, and I hope that if you have were interested in learning about any of these groups but just didn't really know where to start or what their music was like, that this could be helpful to somebody, because that was really the point of this, was to help people figure out what songs to listen to if these were any of the Woollim groups were groups that they were interested in learning about. So yay.
Yay. Happy birthday, Kayla.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Woo.
All right, thank you so much for listening. Please check us out on Twitter at Slappin Kpop Podcast and on Instagram, which actually has posts on it now.
Yes,
we are now using it.
We are now using the Instagram.
It is this saga
it is now
of
an
active
Instagram.
We have an active Instagram. Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify, we're on YouTube, and if you're listening to this on YouTube, we have on Spotify and all other podcasting sites. So Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Music, all of those podcasting sites. So you can go check those out. And I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for listening and watching. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.